also important, especially on split where you've got this heavy defending side, and well, it's a complete shutdown towards the middle of the map. 3 for 3 as far as Sentinels are concerned, and this B site is completely up for grabs. Spike can go easily down, and this will be a second round secured.
Yeah, you can't imagine that they're gonna see, and this is also gonna be,
well, they can exactly put one together. The cross comes in, Dicey unable to connect, and a good bit of map control to start things off for the Sentinels as they pressure up above, and a quick kill for Jcstani.
playing a bit out of his mind today. If he can step up here in this third round, maybe get a double kill or two, that might give them an edge. Patient from the CT side, excuse me, the defender side. This is Valorant, and Genghsta gets a kill before Sick trades. So again, lots of counter fragging going on back and forth. Dicey does get this kill on Dapr, and that's going to be a defense here as Koler finishes Sick off. A lot of utility being used here though once the bodies have been seen, and that's a beautiful play from ShahZaM with the operator taking out Asuna. That's the first blood you need to start pushing into an area.
And ShahZaM has been the key member of this Sentinel side for opening up mid, especially with that operator in hand. This time with just a minute left, they're looking to crunch. A beautiful paranoia does fall back in the Sentinels' favor though. They find a couple of quick frags. There's finally another one in response for Koler, but so much more damage needs to be done here, even with the smokes placed. I love that Cypher spy cam to gain the information up above, but in the 2 versus 3 scenario, this is where Dicey needs at least 1 to 2 kills right now. They're going to triple face him down below. Finally taken care of. It's the double face, and Koler's got all of their numbers, all 4 kills.
He's been absolutely amazing with the operator so far today.
And I feel like that was a massive mistake from Sentinels. They had all of the information that Immortals was stacked upon that insane position, just all 3 players holding serve, and while all out of ammo, Asuna needs to blast away from the paint shells, does so perfectly. I think the Sentinels are nicely creating confusion right now, but realistically, it hasn't merited many frags. The rotate can now come through back to the B site, but will it be in time to prevent this spike? I really don't think so. Cypher in the corner of this site finally does get the dark cover as a response, and just spraying through this smoke, not necessarily connecting early on. It's these pistols to try and hold things up above the ropes. You're not very accurate with the Sheriff especially, and instead it's from pistol in hand, a pair of flashy headshots. Nevertheless, it's still going to be the 3rd here for Immortals. Wailing, which is pretty much what I've been doing tonight.
Yeah, basically. So Asuna actually gave away ShahZaM's position lurking there in the sewers with the Roomba, so well played. And now with a pick on Sick, it's a 5 to 3 advantage, and the spike is down backaways. So clearly they're going to push up here into mid, try to get a pick or two, but somebody's going to have to go back to get that eventually. I suppose it doesn't matter though if they all die. It's now a 1v3 scenario. Zombs has been very impressive today though. Perhaps he can pull it off. This crossfire says no.
Fuck. And Immortals seem to have a much cleaner side posted. It's the Raise Rocket, doesn't fire through. The Showstopper, one of the more powerful ults in this game, but doesn't get the charge on through.
Yeah, Asuna shut that down beautifully. Sinatraa was really trying to get a lot of action going there, and they're all piled up still in mid. They're going to try to get this mid control, which is really important on split, so you can push into either towers, but numbers disadvantage is further widened by Asuna, and the pair of Asuna and Dicey right now are just taking it to the squad of Sentinels here. They're making it very difficult for them to find any breathing room. Zombs finally does eliminate Asuna, but both the players are injured and their Sage is down.
Down on economy as well means they don't really have tons to work with in this one. It has to be an instant headshot for Dapr to get anything done here. It's absolutely not going to happen. And the Omen see the cyber cage go through. There's a little gap for Dicey's to work with. and misses the marker just a second too late. Omen with the information, but here comes the push.
That's that timing curse where you watch an angle for so long and then the moment that you need to see it, you're not looking. Catches that one though. Again, Dicey, so important, so great at finding these picks with the operator, and suddenly it's a 4-2 scenario. The spike is also down. You're split. Dapr does get a kill before falling though. That might be the best you can hope for in this particular scenario, and Zombs is about to walk right into a crossfire.
This is an unenviable position here on the A side, and well, a headshot does open things through. But
bit of a standoff now. The utility has cleared, so now it's just going to be some preemptive fire, trying to get that timing. 45 seconds in ticking though, and Sick presses W and left clicks and finds a pair of kills. Gonna step back and I think get this res. Yes, get Sinatraa up, and this is huge. This is the opening the Sentinels needed for death from above. To 3, and we keep seeing 9-3 halves here, and Dicey again with the operator. You just can't peek wherever he's watching.
To this B site from this secondary anchor. And realistically, Immortals are giving ShahZaM nothing to work with right now. Asuna, there's no reason for him to go for the peek, right? And maybe the paint shells could shut a couple away.
So far deep into A, at that point, she knows there's really nobody lurking, or she would have ran into him by then. So the site is open, the call out is there. Sinatraa catches Koler, and this is going to be a plant on A. It's going to be 4v2 in a post-plant scenario, and at this point, you have to assume it's going to be a save on the side of Immortals. They're backing up. They've already taken 4 rounds on attack, and they're looking to close that gap further. But this would be a pretty big deal if Immortals could beat them on Ascent and then turn around and hand them another loss on Split.
That would be overwhelmingly impressive right now. I think to secure that victory, they need both of these follow-up defending rounds. And then a fairly good attacking side as well. A pistol's ideal. 1 minute 10. And again, the damage has been dealt. Jcstani, it has to be the point man, and this shot missed. That's a key shot to whiff. Sick and Zombs do save the day, and that's B gone to the dogs once again. Sentinels, they do have a narrow lead. A pistol in combination could obviously change everything. Really, Sentinels haven't had the most ironclad defensive sides. There is the initial pickup, but I'm not checking the corners, and Asuna just fires the showstopper on through. Should have fired it left side, went right, but really, you've got to take it when you get them.
I'm just absolutely shocked that ShahZaM actually missed that operator shot earlier, and that led to the temporary disadvantage, but the res coming out from Sick, at least for now, is going to give it a 4v4 matchup here. We do still have a res available on the opposing side as well, but the body is not in a great spot for them to transition to, so this is going to be a plant. Even 4v4, Dapr and Dicey both picking up kills here, so now it's a 3v3. Genghsta taking down Dapr though. Zombs answers back, and with Sinatraa eliminating Genghsta.
Oh, and this has to be a massive half from the Immortals if they're going to bring it back once more. The paint shells is going to split up this attack to start, and Sinatraa with a pair of quick kills. There's another nade on through, and he just can't connect. The nade finally explodes right in Asuna's face. That's stunning stuff. Hitting the practice servers every single day. And well, there's the quick result. The Classics, if they even find a kill or two here, I'm pretty sure that Immortals going to be more than content with that. They've got to challenge ShahZaM against his second ace of the day. A quick quad kill to start things off. And Koler versus all of these ascending defenders. Well, we've just hit the 9-hour mark here on the broadcast, just a little bit over. It's 6 a.m. in the UK. I want to quickly say a massive thank you to everybody joining us on twitch.tv/juked. Thank you so much. 6 to 8 right now, and well, having the tank before we go to championship rounds.
Right now, they're going to try to get this ambush on ShahZaM as they come up through the ropes, but ShahZaM takes some shots, backs up, and it's Zombs waiting in the wings, gets that kill on Koler before Dicey gets the trade. And Asuna also catches a kill. They might be able to turn this around. Dicey moving forward to plant. Asuna not really there to help cover, though, but not going to be punished as the others rotate up into the heaven area. Spike is down. It's 2v3, and Sinatraa with the flank ends Asuna's bid, and Sick is going to finish this off an option because you've lost 7 rounds in a row now at this point on the side of Immortals, and you got to do something to change this up. And Koler punishes Sick. Had the wall ready to go, and unfortunately, when you're making a wall, you're not shooting back. Sinatraa does get the trade, though, and then answers, killing Asuna coming out of the garage. The grenade goes out. Dapr finishes Dicey, and
that come into play. We're certainly watching one of the world's best here go to town in this semi-final. Massive performance as the Boombot gets a tiny tickle of information, and ShahZaM should be able to follow up here. There are still opportunities. We've seen it already today for the Immortals. Well, these angles just aren't favoring them here. A couple of kills through, and the B site up for grabs. A trio of shots come in, and wow, what a performance.
The site get the spike planted, but a lot of damage taken. 3 of your players are wounded here, and your Sage is down. So yes, you've got the numbers advantage. You got to set up your crossfire to make it work, but Dapr eliminates Koler. And now they're going to be moving in to try to get this defuse. They want to keep the pressure, and even if they don't get the defuse, you want to do the economic pressure. You want to eliminate the guns, and so pressure on the opposing squad. And I'll be honest, he's been a bit quiet the last couple of rounds. They've done a good job of kind of taking him out of the game plan. Koler does find Dapr here. Genghsta with a pick on Sick as well, and this is another opening for the Immortals for them to push out. Looks like they're going to get this plant on site B and control, but we see Sentinels pushing out. This is something they haven't really done much yet, and ShahZaM finds a kill before Koler gets a frag on Sinatraa. It's going to be easy to push in. They'll get this plant, and given what they did the previous time, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Sentinels back off again because they chose not to take this battle the last time.
Angles, you don't have to get aggressive. Yes, you can pressure for a little bit of map control. And that's a big giveaway there for Asuna as he stretches in to steal Sick's face. That's the opening frag.
That grenade put Sick in an absolute terrible position, but Sinatraa answers. The swing peek into the headshot was beautiful there. So the advantage that Asuna generated quickly goes away, but Genghsta finds a headshot on Zombs on the other side of the map. So advantage once again in favor of the attackers, but the spike is still down. They're on site B, but nobody's there with the spike. Jcstani getting some kills though. If they can just find ShahZaM, they won't need to plant it at all. But ShahZaM has this operator. It's been lethal in his hands, specifically on split against Renegades earlier today. He almost finds another one there. Does follow it up with the re-peek. And this is going to have to be a sprint to site A with 18 seconds and counting. Never mind, you do get the kill on ShahZaM. Both teams are showing, in my opinion, a perfect display of mental fortitude. Wow, Sick pops off for a double before Koler gets the trade frag. And to finish that thought, I was about to say, both teams, mental fortitude off the charts because the streaks from either squad have got to take a toll, and then they just turn it on and they get their own. And Zombs there gets a double kill on the other side of the map. Genghsta finds his own double kill, and it's up to him to try to reclaim the spike or kill the other 2 players, and I think he's going to go for it. We're 10-10 here to pressure by getting another win, taking this to match point, and ShahZaM finds the first blood. So between that pick and also you've got that Sage ult in your back pocket, that is a big swing with the Raze abilities. And it's a bit of a calm before the storm.
Oh, Boombot! Perfect timing! And it's a traded frag once again, spraying right through this cyber cage, and a jumping shot onto Jcstani. Beautiful stuff. Still in contention, though, with pressure from behind. Cypher falls, and it's Dicey's versus the world. He needs both of these kills right now, and it's not going to happen.
Difference maker there as well, just ensuring the round win. And now Sinatraa has that showstopper in hand. Sick gets a pick.
With 40 seconds left on the board, it's pressuring into B once more. Bladestorms on both sides, right over the top. They might be about to do this right now. A showstopper might end this broadcast. There's 30 seconds left and only an omen to make the difference. It's not going to happen. 13-10, and we found our grand finalists.
What Well, I'm told upper stage finalists, but what an impressive ending there for Sentinels. As you said, showstopper to end the broadcast, literally the showstopper.